All right, so when you get this, I want you to lay it down flat on the floor, just like mine's laid down. And when you lay it down, if you don't lay it down the right way, it's okay because it should all be in pockets, but I would prefer that you lay it down with this pocket facing up. So on the other side, there's like zippers and stuff, and realistically, once you unzip it, if you see that it's upside down, you can zip it back up and you can flip it over. So we're gonna go ahead and unzip this. So once you've unzipped it and you've got it sitting correctly on the floor, then you're just gonna open it up. So you just lift and open. Now, there should be a pocket on this side, and inside this pocket is gonna be your stand, okay? The other side has your actual mallets, so you can go ahead and you can pull out your stand, and when you put it together, the part that has the rubber ends is gonna go on the floor, and then the part that's adjustable, right here, it's got these little hooks that flip, that's gonna go on the top because that's how we're gonna set up the actual mallets. So you'll notice when you look at this, you have a longer side and a shorter side, okay? The longer side is going to be for the bigger side, for the lower notes. The bigger the bars, the lower the notes. So you're gonna wanna set up so that the bigger side is on your left. The bigger side is on your left, okay? Now, this is probably gonna be tightened, so you're gonna unscrew it, turn it to the left, lefty-loosey. It should relax and open. If you're turning and nothing's happening, and it doesn't relax, it doesn't open, then you're going the wrong way. If you can't turn anymore, then you're going the wrong way. So try it just a little bit. If it relaxes and opens a little, then you did right. If it seems to tighten and you can't do anything else or it doesn't open, then you're going the wrong way. But don't do too much, because if you spin too much, it's gonna fall off and then you have to put it back on. It's not always easy. So when you're done, I want you to open it up, and we can make adjustments, but I want it to be right about where your hip and your leg meet. Okay, so I need to go up just a little bit. So right about where your hip and your leg meet. And then once you get it there you go, hip and leg, right there. Oops, I lost it. Once you get it there, then you go down and you tighten it. Go the other way. You'll see everything come together. So once again, go one way, go to the right, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. So if you don't know your right from your left, or you think you're going the right way, spin it just a little bit. See if it's closing or if it's opening. And if it's opening, you're going the wrong way. If it's closing, then you're doing it right, and finish. Now, these things are going to expand. So I want you to open them up. You're just gonna flip these open on both sides, and you're gonna pull them out. Whoops, too much. Just a little bit. If you pull them out all the way, that's too far. And then you click it back in. Same thing on the other side. Flip the things down and then pull out. If you pull them all the way out, it's too far. And make sure that these things are sticking up. So you'll notice, I did not do that on all four of mine. This one's kind of in. This is what holds these on. So if you notice that it's sticking kind of cockeyed or kind of weird, just unhook it, turn it so it faces up, and hook it back, okay? So once you have this set up, these are all facing up, it's tightened pretty good. Make sure that your rubber things are on the ground. I'll turn this a little bit. Then you can pull out your actual mallet instrument. So that is in this Velcroed pocket right here. You may need a parent to help you pick this up. If you're a smaller person, you may need another person to help you pick it up. It is a little heavy. Once you get it onto your stand, you'll be fine, but you may need somebody to help you pick it up just to get it there. So you unvelcro. And then pull it out. All right, so when you pick it up, unless you're like super tall with a super long arm, you're probably gonna have to put your arm underneath. But be careful that you don't put pressure on the bars. Notice I'm not touching the bars. I'm just touching the black case. Now when I put it down, big side is to my left, small side is to my right. Now you wanna balance this. Now obviously you're gonna have more weight on your left side because it's bigger than you do on the right. So the right side is gonna hang off a little bit more than the left side does because it's just bigger, that's just the way it is. Now you'll notice I pulled these out all the way and there's a lot of space here. And it's everywhere. It's on this one, it's on that one, and it's on the front ones too. There's a lot of space. And I did that so that I didn't knock it when I put it on. So once I get it on and I get it balanced and I know it's not gonna fall, then I'm going to unhook these doohickeys and I'm gonna push this all the way in until it bumps right up against the actual case of the instrument itself. Okay, and then I just snap them back. And I'm gonna do that on all the sides. Maybe. There we go. You may have to lift part of the instrument up if it's sitting on the bar itself. So like this one's sitting on the bar itself, so I may have to lift the instrument just a little bit. Go in to get it to go in. Okay. There we go. Now, once you are all set up, you're good to go. You'll notice that if I set the stand up correctly with it being even with my hip and my leg where those meet, this is gonna come perfectly just under my waist. Now, I'm a full-grown adult, so mine might be a little bit longer. If this hits, if you set it up, those stands set up the correct way, and then you get this here and it's above your waist, then it's too high and you need to lower it. It needs to be at your waist at the highest or just below your waist. And the reason for that is because when we play, in order to play properly, I need it just below my waist so that when I hold my stick, it hovers about an inch above and then I can play properly. If it's too high, make myself shorter. If it's too high, when I go to play, you see what happens? I start hitting the bars with my stick here. So I have to be taller than the instrument by just a little bit because when I play, my hands are right at my waist. So if I'm taller than the instrument by just a little bit, I have the right angle to hit the bar, okay? The one last thing that I want to show you is if your bars get off. So a lot of times because this has been moved and the case has been moved and things get jostled, your bars will end up off. So what I want you to do is on both sides, I want you to make sure that this rope right here is in these grooves every single time. So like if you look here, this is not in the groove. So you have to lift the bars and place it in the groove. Same right here. This is not in the groove. So you have to lift it up and put it in the groove. So make sure that all the way across, it's actually in the groove. And that's on both levels. You wanna make sure that both levels, it's all the way in all the grooves. If not, it's gonna sit on the actual instrument itself or on the frame itself, and that's not gonna make a good sound. Now, there's one other thing you need to test. You need to make sure that these bars up here are in the proper place. It's very easy for these to get mixed up, especially if in your case they came off. Because if they come off, they all want to squish, and you have to be real careful. The easiest way to do it is start with 2 down here, and have 2, and then a space, and then 3, and a space. 2, space, 3, space. 2, space, 3, and then you're done. If you want to check it, if you're like, well, I don't know, you can check it, and it should go up constantly. So it goes all the way up. If I started with 3, if you don't remember and you're like, I don't remember if it starts with 2 or 3, then put it and listen. Do you hear how this one was higher than this one. So that's wrong. So you want to make sure, I'll play it for you again. This is wrong. It shouldn't go up, down as you're getting higher on the instrument. You want every note you play to be higher. And so forth and so on, all the way to the top of the instrument. Every note that you should play should get higher. Okay? So if you have any questions or if you need any help, you can always let Miss Lucas or I know, and then we'll be glad to work with you over video to make sure that it's fixed and set up correctly.